Good day, everyone, and welcome to the SuperTalks. Good day, everyone, and welcome to the SuperTalks. Excited to be here today. We have a very special guest. We have Dr. Gina Cano, Monreal, who's a board member for HCISD.
Thank you.
Love the applause.
Love the applause. Yeah.
And we also have Damon Wilson, who's actor in residence and a big part of the success at the conservatory and all the cool things that are going on. And by the way, congratulations on the results in Chicago. I know that we had some kids go up there and just come back with great. Just looking at what they were able to do in Chicago with that amount of competition, such great results. What was it all about before we get into the interview?
Well, it was a national competition at the Glenbrooks High School, and there were over 220 schools representing all of the states in the United States. And out of that, Harlingen South placed first place sweepstakes out of 220 schools. And Harlingen High also had an amazing showing as well, with multiple finalists and champions and everything at the tournament. And I'm always amazed on how incredible our students are. They don't get intimidated. They go up there and they give it their all. And we have such an amazing team that surrounds them with our teachers and our leaders over there. And I just am impressed with how they just continue to represent this district so well.
Well, congratulations. And to all the students, to all the parents, congratulations. And Dr. Monreal, how does it make you feel when you hear that our students are performing at such a high level across the nation?
You know, my son is in the speech drama debate program, and he has been since he was at Lee Means Fine Arts Academy. And so for me, it's been a pleasure to have almost like a first row view, right, of what has happened over the last couple of years. And I'm just so proud of all of our staff that works with our students in this program, and our students that just rise to the occasion time after time, and to collectively, right, they have really put Harlingen on the map.
Yes.
You know, if you think about where we were in that arena even just a few years ago, right? It was, who's Harlingen, right? The minute we'd go up to Austin or to, Round Rock to state competition, it was, even before that, that was it. And now it's, Harlingen is a force to be reckoned with, both schools. Yeah. As soon as they get up their one-act play or speech drama debate nationally, it's, people know who Harlingen is now.
That is.
And it's just, amazing. And it's really due to the hard work that the coaches and the students have put into it. Just last night, we were recording for a virtual tournament. Some of our middle schoolers that are entering into a virtual tournament. I think back to all of that started during COVID, you know? And it's just amazing to see what these kids can do and how hard they work with their coaches and the extra hours that the coaches put in to working with these students, and just extremely proud of all of that work.
Well, to all the moms and dads out there, just know here we have a board member that is obviously a very proud mom too, with regard to everything that her children are doing in the district. But I just want to highlight the fact that when you choose Harlingen CISD, we have a committed board that's very proud of the student body, but we have a tremendous staff and a hard-working group of students that perform at very high levels outside the classroom. So you look at the arts and athletics and CTE and all the other programs. This is a wonderful school district to provide a well-rounded education to your children. And I can't emphasize the fact that our board is just so supportive, and that's how we're so happy to have Dr. Monreal with us today.
Yes, and I also wanted to personally say thank you, because not every school district, and I understand that our district is a district of innovation, but it is really innovative to put a conservatory into the middle of a school district. And for you all to take Leanne Ence's vision of what that could be, and at that time when that conservatory started, to be very transparent, because on SuperTalks, that's the way we are,
So we do.
Harlingen High was struggling at that time in theater. And I remember looking at that school, and the students were struggling with knowing on how to memorize lines and where to move and how all of that can work. And Harlingen South was doing well, but she had the vision to bring them together and to bring it into an intensive. And when that happened, everybody's level raised. And now you've got those schools going to state and one-act play and representing us nationally like that against all of these incredible private schools and charter schools and schools with more money and more resource. But the reality of it is you would never know the difference, because when Harlingen shows up, the gap has been closed. And it's been closed because you all made that decision to invest into that conservatory and to protect that conservatory. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for that. And I hope we do make you proud every single day, that you know that was not wasted, that chance that you took on us was not wasted. And now you've got schools in the Valley and all over the country starting to go, what are they doing over there? And how can we make some magic like that happen for us? So that's because we have an amazing school board and because we have an amazing superintendent. And I thank you all both.
No, we appreciate that. So being a school board member, you think about that, and a lot of people in the community don't truly understand the nuances, the essence of being a school board member, everything that it entails. So what has the experience been like for you?
So I came into the school board a little bit different from some others come in. So I came in being appointed to the board. So last August, Jerry Fleurier retired after years of wonderful service to our school board. And so I call it a blessing to be able to be on the board appointed before I decided to commit to campaigning, right? And so I think for me, I had been exposed to our school board when my father was a member of our school board for many years.
Wow.
So he campaigned, and when I was a freshman in college, but I had a younger brother and a younger sister here in the district when he was on our school board, and so I already knew about the awesome things that our board was doing back then, right? My father always spoke very highly of the work that he and his fellow board members did in Harlingen, the integrity of the senior team, financial integrity. So I knew, had a history and knew of what the school board in Harlingen, the excellence that they always rose to. So that I knew. And then obviously, looking at the board members, when we moved back to Harlingen, I moved away for a number of years. And then when I moved back, the board members that were here and already on the board, just pillars in the community, right? I already knew that was an organization, a group of people that just, you were in the presence of some wonderful people. And so, I had the good fortune to be able to see what board service was going to look like and how it was going to impact my family and what kind of time that was going to require. I also work, right? And and I travel quite a bit for work, and so what that was going to look like, how it was going to impact various aspects of my life. But at the end of the day, I think you have to think about why you're doing it, right? What impact can you make? What value can you bring to the table? And so for me, the things that are important for you, you make the time for. And so for me, it's just been a wonderful experience, a learning experience, definitely, but also one of great joy, of great pride. It's just been a wonderful experience. And I learn from all of our board members. They're just intelligent people, kind people, respectful people. And so there's always something to learn from them, from our students, from our faculty. It's been a wonderful experience for me.
And you graduated from Harlingen High, is that correct?
I sure did. So I like to kind of tell my journey of the different schools I went to, because some of those don't exist anymore, actually.
Tell us your journey.
So I started at Bonham Elementary. Actually, I started back at St. Anthony's. St. Anthony's was the first school I went to, and then moved over to Bonham Elementary. And so I love going to visit Bonham because it's, that's where I went to elementary at. And then At that time, we had Gay Junior High, which is now right next door, the annex, right? So Gay Junior High was in existence. That was where I went to 7th grade. And then we would go to Vernon for 8th grade. And then I went to Alamo for 9th grade, which is now the South Campus. That was our 9th grade campus. And then over to HHS. So there was only one high school at that time. So, no one ever has to ask me, which one did you choose to go to? I mean, that was just, and now, it's a district of choice. You get to choose. At that time, it was you went, where, you're zoned for. But those are, I kind of went to.
So from there, what university? Talk to us about that path.
Okay, sure. So, I ended up going to St. Mary's University in San Antonio. That was where I started. And then St. Mary's it's a Marianist college. And so there's a couple of sister schools that are associated with it. One that is in Dayton, Ohio. And then another one, Chaminade University, which is in Honolulu.
I picked Honolulu.
Correct.
What'd you pick?
I think you can guess which one. I'm a beach girl. Like I will always choose, the warm weather over the cold.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you can do a semester abroad, right? So you can go and do a semester at one of the sister colleges, and every tuition's the same. You don't have to, So obviously that was the one that I picked. And while I was there, my background is in science, biology, and I credit that hugely to a teacher that I had at HHS, and to my dad. So those two individuals were the ones that really inspired me to pursue a biology, a science background. And so while I was there, I was asked to apply for a scientific research program. And I said, well, if I get in, then that means I might have to move out here and officially transfer. So they said, well, just apply. Let's just see what happens. And so I did, got into the program. So I came back for one semester to St. Mary's while all of that, I waited to see if I was accepted into the program. And sure enough, that happened. And so my parents said, if you can figure out a way to transfer all of your financial aid and get your belongings over there, you'll have to work over the summer and get things shipped over, then let's just see how bad you want this, right? So I did, and I decided to transfer, and I spent the last 2.5 years of my college experience, undergrad, out in Honolulu in Hawaii. And
I always learn something new.
Oh, yeah.
I love this story.
Yeah, so I was a McNair Research Scholar there, and did some. That was my first kind of experience with scientific research. Was my last two years of college.
Well, to any students out there that want to go to university in Honolulu, we have a board member that can show you the way. So I think that is something that is an experience. I think that it just opens up doors and broadens horizons and just kind of exposes you to different areas. Sure, so I think that there's something to that, studying abroad. Damon, what do you think?
I think your journey has been amazing. And I will tell you, in looking over your resume, you've done a lot. And I think that the thing that your resume, to me, the thing that stands out the most about you is that you have a servant's heart. I know that you're a member of the junior league, correct? You do the school board. You've got your full-time job in which you're also traveling all over the place. There's a lot of service, serving kids, serving students, serving people. What do you think the catalyst for all of that has been in your life? Has it always been that way for you? Have you always kind of seen service above self, or how has that all worked for you?
It has, and I think I think that's just what I saw growing up. I think, like I mentioned, my father being on the board and watching my mom. I mean, my mom was always involved, whether it was a booster organization when I was in Cardettes, or it was PTSA, or and I had just really good role models that I was surrounded by. A lot of them women, right, who said, you know what? I mean, this is this is what we want for our kids, and this is what we want for our community, and we want better. I think about, Rio Fest, which has made a comeback, right, in Harlingen over the last couple of years. And growing up, seeing, these organizations and these women who made sure to bring the arts and culture to Harlingen. And they put, their blood, sweat, and tears into that. And it was for what? It was really just to do good for our community. That's really what it was about. It wasn't, an ego thing. It was, let's see what we can do, for our community to make it a better place for those that live here. And I think one thing you might not know about me too is I danced folklorico for years growing up. And
Music,
then,
please. We gotta prove this.
I'm not going to do that to you
On the
today.
camera.
for years, and then
I danced cumbia for years.
okay, we can do that too. I'll definitely take you up on a cumbia.
And I will definitely watch, by the way. I will watch.
But even when I moved back as an adult, I went back to dancing, and I got to share that with my daughter, who danced as well. But Miss Canales, who was the director of the dance studio, I watched her, just put so much effort into creating opportunities. And that's what we talk about on the school board here all the time is what opportunities can we create for all of our students?
Yes.
And so I think, when I think about service and I think about growing up, I just watched, I was fortunate to be able to watch people that I knew of that were awesome role models create opportunities, work really hard to say, you know what, why aren't we performing at the White House? Why aren't we performing, at the Capitol? Why don't we have these awesome festivals in Harlingen? Why, and really push down boundaries and obstacles to make those things happen.
Right.
And so I think for me, that's what I love the most about being on this board is that we have collectively a group of people who all in different ways. Everyone's unique, I feel like, on our board, right? They all bring something different to the table. But at the end of the day, it's what value does each one of us bring that will allow us to create and bring opportunities to all of our kids, right? What can we do? So I may not be the smartest at the table. I'm definitely not. But there's something that we all bring, right, that will allow us. For me, I kind of feel like I may not be the smartest one, but I can connect you with somebody who is, right? Or, and if that helps, then I'm all for it. And so I think probably the hardest thing for me is to say no to something that, I struggle with that, right? Because I want to help in any way I can and whoever I can. But I've had to realize that, sometimes you have to do that in order to be able to try and do the best at, those things that you can selectively choose, but that can make the biggest impact, right? So how can you try and do that? I've really had to try to do that lately, and it's hard, right? Because you want to say yes to everything. But servant's heart, I appreciate you saying that, because that's definitely something that I strive for, and that's really the bottom line, the reason why I wanted to be on the board and why I decided to campaign and why this brings me so much joy. Right?
And I think for us, and Damon and I were talking about it, we're just so blessed that we have this board with this diverse background. And I think that, and we were talking about just kids in general, people in general. And I think that everybody's some kind of smart. Everybody's GT in their own way.
Correct.
Everybody's got their genius within them. And I think that the different strengths that our board brings together, when you bring and synergize that, it just creates this magic that we have, and just such a phenomenal place to work. I can say that from an employee standpoint is to work with this board is a joy, just because there is high standards. Our board has high standards, but a big part of it is always how we close expectation gaps and how we expect the very best from all children, regardless of their background or circumstances, and how we close opportunity gaps, and then ultimately how we close performance gaps. But then always understanding that every kid is some kind of smart. Every kid has a genius within them.
Correct.
It may be visual, it may be auditory, it may be kinesthetic, tactile, it may be a combination of, but every kid and every human being is some kind of smart. And in Harlingen CISD, we're very good at finding out what kind of smart you are. So to the moms and dads out there, give us a shot. Try our district out. If you're not already with our district, we have a tremendous board. Give us an opportunity to educate your child. And if you are already in our district, well, thank you for trusting us with your children. Anything else as we close, Demond?
Well, I just wanted to say that I just appreciate you trying to find the yes. As an educator, I have traveled all over the country. I traveled for 25 years before COVID hit. And I've seen many districts and many great districts and people that are really doing a great job for kids and doing the best that they know on how to do. But I think that the thing that has made HCISD so different has been the fact that we have leaders like you and also leaders like you that diligently fight for the yes. So often in education, it's no, that can't be done. No, that's not possible. Maybe next year, maybe 5 years from now. And I don't know about anybody around here, but I ain't getting any younger. This gray hair is real, and I don't know when it happened, but it's real. And it's nice having a board that follows that. And it's also really nice having a board that's accessible. You all go out amongst the people. It's what I love about watching Diana Ross, because she doesn't just stay up on stage. She gets out there amongst the people. You go out amongst the people. It's what's different about this district, because you all lead with a servant's heart. And it's very easy to stand up and to be self-important. I'm doctor this, I'm doctor that, I'm superintendent this, I'm that. No, let me open this office. No, let me talk to you. No, let me find out what's going on. That's the difference in this district. That's why parents can trust sending their kids here. And that's why HCISD is #1 in the country. And I really, truly do believe that. And I've been a lot of places. So I didn't mean to put together a commercial, but it is what it is. And all I can do is just give the facts. And so thank you for fighting for the yes. One thing, last question I wanted to ask you is there anything else that you want to tell the community that you haven't said from your heart to them as we head into the holiday season?
Yes, exactly. So from my heart, and for me, this is, we just came back from the Thanksgiving break and, for me, it's just a message of gratitude, just gratitude for everything that they do. Are from our bus drivers. My daughter was just on a trip yesterday went on to go visit some colleges. And so I do have a junior and I have a seventh grader who could not be more different from one another. And so I just, from the bottom of my heart, I think our bus drivers, our cafeteria workers, our teachers, who they fight for the yes too, every day. And I just appreciate last night, filming with my son, I had Miss Novato there with us at 8:00 at night, recording, they just go above and beyond. And I thank them, for creating spaces for our students where they can feel safe and loved and empowered every day. So just a huge thank you.
Yeah, I love that. And I know that you've definitely made your family proud. You make us proud. But I did want to add one thing. Just you mentioned your boy and your girl. As a mom, what message do you have for your daughter and your son?
Oh gosh. It's also gratitude. They teach me every day. My daughter, like I mentioned, they're different at night and day, where my daughter decided that she had this inner strength to be a power lifter at like 103 pounds. Wow. I don't know, but her coaches, they just give her this motivation to do this and to play volleyball and to, things that I would have never thought of. And I just watch her in awe. I do. But she also watches my son, who can just get up in front of a room and say, you know what, I'll do extemporaneous today, and I'll let me do humorous interpretation, and I'll just, I'll try this and that. And, they both look at one another like, how do you do that? And so for them, you always want more for your kids, than what you were able to accomplish. And I just watch them and I think, I don't know where they're learning this or where they're getting this, but I'm appreciative of wherever that's from. And it's a joy to watch them. And I'm just happy to have a front row seat to it.
That's beautiful. Well, there you go. I know that there's nothing stronger than the love of a mother. And it's very, very obvious that Dr. Monreal loves her family. And it's also obvious that her family is very proud of her, as we are. So to all the community members out there, to all the students, thank you for joining in. We hope you enjoyed the Super Talk.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.